Most of us were taught that a successful coaching session ends with a clear goal and a solid plan for accountability. But if you're using those exact same tools with a client who is in the middle of burnout, you're not just missing the mark, you might actually be making their recovery harder. I'm Kelly Swingler, and as a burnoutologist, I see this every single day, right? Brilliant, well-meaning coaches using high-performance models on people that have completely run out of fuel. And today, we're looking at the 5 critical warning signs that your standard coaching model is actually worsening your client's burnout and what you need to do instead to keep them safe. I've also got a visitor in today's video. So quickly though, before we get into the warning signs, I want to make something clear. With the way that burnout is rising right now, burnout is in your coaching sessions, even if you're not a burnout coach. So this video is for you if you are a coach who genuinely wants the best for your clients, because most coaches are missing the signs of burnout and most clients don't know that they're heading toward it until they start to come through the other side. So let's get into these 5 warning signs, okay? Sign number 1. This is the goal trap. Right, this is where kind of standard coaching starts with the what do you want, what are your goals, where do you want to be 6 months from now? And the burnout reality of this is that a client at burnout, right, a brain at burnout cannot see the future. And it can't see the future because it's focused on surviving the next hour, the next day. Long-term thinking is impossible for a brain that's in survival mode because it's now that's important, right? It's this constant fight for survival. So the shift needs to be, actually, we need to start with safety as the first goal. Because if your clients don't feel safe, not only are they not going to be able to recover if burnout is in the room, but they're also not going to be able to take the steps that they need to reach those all-important goals in the first place. Sign number 2. This is the mindset myth, right? And this is where we are just kind of telling clients to just think differently. Or we want to reframe, right? Let's reframe and think of it from a different angle. The burnout reality is that burnout is not a mindset issue. It's a nervous system issue. And people can't just like positively think their way out of it. They can't think their way out of it, full stop. But this isn't about just change your mindset, just think more positively. We need to change the physiology. We've got to get clients out of this fight or flight loop, this fight or flight survival mode, in order to get them moving forward. So the shift needs to be that we acknowledge the biology first. We understand and know, we're aware of what's going on within the body. We understand the body, the brain, the nervous system, this fight and flight survival mode. And when we've done that, then we can start to work on mindset and move clients forward in the right way. Sign number 3. This is the danger of like pure coaching, right? Using open-ended questions like, what would it be if you did know? Or tell me more. Because the burnout reality of this is that these questions actually require cognitive processing power. And that cognitive ability is something that a client at burnout simply does not have. And the more that we push for that in session, the more it can lead to shut down, not a breakthrough. So the shift needs to be here that sometimes they need more direction or like gentle holding. We need to hold the space more. We need to work on being in the present, resetting the nervous system, allowing the clients to feel safe before we go into inquiry and goal setting and forward momentum. Sign number 4, it's like overwhelming accountability, right? This is where we think about pacing. If you're offering like high touch support, right, ongoing daily conversations in Slack or Telegram or daily check-ins or constant email support to a client at burnout, another notification is another demand. Another notification is another urgent situation. Another notification, another group, another thing becomes another thing that they have to survive from, and it becomes more noise than support. So the best thing that we can do here, the best thing that you can do here for your clients is move to like a permission-based check-in, right? They have permission to contact you daily, weekly, monthly, whatever that might look like. But it's understanding that less is actually more. We need to create more space for our clients to be and breathe and think and create change. Space for them to feel safe, so that once they feel safe, they can start to move forwards. And sign number 5 is like progress pressure, right? Your need as the coach to see a constant win or movement or goals or momentum or progress every single session. Because the reality for a client at burnout is that healing, recovery, momentum, that's not linear. It takes time to allow that time for safety. It takes time to check in with state. And so rushing to a solution or a goal or progress or wanting that constant momentum as the coach can often lead to a secondary crash because there isn't a solid foundation to build from. The client just isn't ready. So with this particular issue, we need to validate the stuckness. Right? Validate the fact that we don't need to be, your clients don't need to be moving forward with every single session. It's not always about momentum. It's not always about goals. It's not always about progress. Part of moving forward for a client at burnout is learning to be in the now, in a state of calm, in a state of safety, and in the moment, being present. Now, if you recognize your own coaching model in any of these 5 signs, right, don't panic. It means that you care enough to audit your coaching practice. The industry, though, needs more burnout safe coaches, and we need burnout safe coaches more than ever. So to help you transition your model, I have got a little check-in for you that I will pop in the description. It allows you to see whether you are actually equipped to be able to spot the signs of burnout. So together, right, let's stop coaching burnout like it's a mindset problem and start treating it with the biological respect that it deserves. If you found this helpful, please do give it a like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care for now.